Falmouth Bikeways Committee recently honored the late Kevin Lynch with a new plaque at the Depot Road crossing on the Shining Sea Bikeway. Kevin was a longtime town meeting member and a driving force behind the Bikeways extension.
Kevin was a helicopter pilot. He got 3 distinguished flying crosses in Vietnam for his bravery. He flew Hueys in Vietnam, and then flew Black Hawk helicopters here at Otis for many years in the Air National Guard. He did a lot in Falmouth, but the reason why we're right here, and this is an appropriate location, in that I think Kevin's legacy in a physical sense from the bikeways is that he was the man who pushed through the initial extension of the bike path from Locust Street down to what we call Locust Street, and most people call Woods Hole Road, up to Skating Lane, which is just where the Steamship Authority parking lot is. And then the next phase was up to Carlson Lane. But Kevin was really the person that made that happen. And so he made a major contribution.
This is really terrific because the bike path is terrific. But we had a little bit of a problem that Kevin helped solve. Somebody who thought he knew how to build a bike path, got the low bid, was hired. And about 2 or 3 weeks into when he started to extend the bike path, he left and claimed bankruptcy. So this is when Kevin worked through something and got the town to pick up the parts and put the extension, keep it moving.
His legacy is in many places around town. The bike path is just one of them, but FCTV could not have functioned without him. And there were times when I was doing something else at FCTV, I was being interviewed for something, and Kevin was the guy behind the camera filming me. So he was just one of those people who stepped in whenever there was a need, and I'm really honored that I got to call him a friend.
Kevin was such a humble person. I had nominated him for numerous awards. One was through an organization that I'm part of, the Alliance for Community Media. And I remember Kevin just, not believing that he, deserved it. When he so deserved it, he so deserves this and so much more for everything he's done. Being a part of FCTV, being part of the Bikeways Committee, being on the Cable Advisory Committee. And he never really asked for any accolades. He'd probably be standing here crying, Betty, as you know. He was a very emotional person who had a really big heart.
Kevin was insatiably curious and an adventurer at heart. The bicycle was a perfect vehicle for his energies, as was a 13,000-pound Black Hawk helicopter. He took us on numerous Shining Sea bike path adventures, which include many side trips on brambled and questionable paths. We always emerged scratched but enriched. There was never a direct line for Kevin, nor was there lack of stories, as you all know, to go with the trip. Bike rides around town, again, no straight lines here, included his vision for new trails and the challenges to overcome for just one more connection. The stories were often accompanied by his familiar grin and twinkle in his eye, indicating that he was working on making it a surmountable challenge.
Kevin didn't do it alone. He had a lot of people that was helping him do whatever he was doing. He'd bring maps home, and he'd work with the committee, the Bikeway Committee, and even FCTV. He really didn't do it alone. There was a teamwork involved in this. So I'm sure he really, is looking down now, and he's really very humbled, and he's smiling too because he's not expecting this at all. But thank you guys. All right.
Want to read what it says?
Beautiful.
The Kevin Lynch Pathway in memory of Kevin Lynch, whose persistence, advocacy led the extension of the bike path to Carlson Lane. Friends of Falmouth Bikeways 2024.
Kevin Lynch left an indelible mark on our community, including here at FCTV. Thanks, Kevin.